Hey guys, so I wanted to give a life update for those who follow me on YouTube but don't on Facebook. If you follow me on Facebook, then you already know all this stuff, but I haven't shared all the crazy stuff I've been through the past, I don't know, year, I guess, on YouTube. So I thought, excuse me, I thought I would just share with you guys what's going on. Definitely nothing I expected to happen to me. But yeah, so I think in another video I told you about the infertility thing. I don't know if I had been checked back then when I made the video, but like last, I guess, August, I think, I actually went and got my hormones all checked, and they discovered that I have diminished ovarian reserve, which means my eggs are basically like dwindling to nothing. And they also discovered that my prolactin is way too high. Um, so there's that. Found out that I basically am never, well, I believe God can do anything, but they think that I will never ever get pregnant naturally, ever. And if I wanted to get pregnant, I would have to go get in vitro fertilization, which would be a lost cause because my levels are so drastically low that it wouldn't even be worth trying because it costs like $10,000 every time you try it, and the facilities usually don't want to even attempt it if they think that it's not going to work. So anyway, so there's that. And then come March of this year, I went to the dermatologist. Was it March? It was February. Anyway, like the beginning of this year, I went to the dermatologist to get a spot checked, which I thought was probably melanoma. And they checked that, and she's like, I'm just going to basically say it probably is melanoma, but we're going to go ahead and make sure. So they took that spot off of me. They took one off my back that was irritating me. So I think I waited like a week for the phone call to find out what it was. So, in case you don't know, melanoma is the deadliest form of skin cancer. It's the one that they worry about because it spreads all over your body if it's not treated like really soon. That thing has been on me for 6 years when I had it removed. And I got the call, and she said, the one on your stomach, it is a melanoma. And after I heard that word, it was like a scene from a movie where you just kind of like fade away while they're talking. Like, they're still talking, rah, 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 and you're just like, melanoma? Huh? What? And I had to have her repeat everything she said again because I was like so like panicky inside. Like I couldn't listen to her. And she also said the one on my back was abnormal. So it wasn't melanoma, but it could become that. And she asked if I wanted to have that one removed, and I said yeah. So they told me on the phone also that they have to send it out to another place to find out like how deep it is, because they might not be able to just do a simple punch biopsy and take it off at the regular office. I would have to go have real surgery and then have like my lymph nodes removed and stuff to see if it had traveled there. So I waited for, I think it was a week or two. It was a long time. It felt like a long time because I'm like, has cancer spread all over my body or not? Like, can you please give me an answer? So I finally heard back, and they said that it was just barely, like, the width of a hair away from spreading all over my body. Like, if we had waited any longer, I would be a dead woman. So, yeah, so they were able to do the surgery. I thought it was just going to be a punch biopsy where they take a little thing and punch through your skin and remove it. No. No. It was like a 4-inch long incision where they took a diamond out of my stomach. Like, I would show you, but that's kind of weird. So, like, 4 inches across, up, down, like this. And then they sewed it shut with stitches. I had like 30 stitches there on my stomach, and then on my back was 3-inch, like a 3-inch line. And it's still, I'm scratching it right now. It still itches. Like, it's been a few months and I'm still itching. I'm still healing. It looks horrible. I had a really bad reaction to the stitches, so it's like all swollen and looks terrible. And tomorrow I go back actually to have a follow up, see if I have anything else growing on me. But there is one on my back that is starting to irritate me, and that's exactly what happened with the other one on my back, which was abnormal. So I'm sure she's going to remove it tomorrow. She basically just shaves it off and sends it out and sees what it is. I really, really hope it's nothing, because that surgery for both of these was horrible. They had to inject me with so much numbing medication that I was shaking. Like, my body was like shaking, like violently shaking the whole surgery. And there was one part where the numbing stuff didn't work and I could feel the pain, and she had to put more in, and that numbing stuff, it makes you feel so horrible. Like, it numbs you, but it makes you feel horrible. And so that was a really, really trying time. I mean, just I had to take time off work because I couldn't really move, because when they took my skin off, I couldn't like stand up all the way, because it was like I had a tummy tuck that I didn't need, to be honest. I don't need skin removed there. So when I had the skin removed, I was like hunched over because I couldn't stand up. It was so tight. And that's why the scar has been stretched and thickened because of me stretching. And then especially right there, because when I stretched my arm out to grab something, I'd feel it stretching and ripping, and like, oof. And I had stitches inside too that dissolved, so they might be dissolving now. Maybe that's why I'm itching, but yeah. So the worst part about it was just waiting for answers over and over and over again. Like, even after I had the surgery, I wasn't in the clear until I heard back from them, because they have to take your piece of skin and send it to a lab, and then the lab guy or woman has to like look at your margins to see if there's any cancer cells left on you. But thank God the cancer cells were gone. Like, the margins were clear. The fact that I got there when I did is a miracle. Because, you know, like I said, it was so close to being deep enough to spread into my my blood vessels and all that, you know, in your skin and all over my body. So close. So yeah, that happened. I'm only 33 years old, almost 34 this month, and I've had skin cancer. Actually, it appeared on me when I was probably like 27. So, you know, my late 20s, I already have infertility and cancer. It's like, okay, what is going to happen next? But, you know, I did pray, whatever happens to me, Lord, let it bring glory to you. And he is using my hardships to bring glory back to himself, where the glory belongs, you know. So that's cool. But yeah, it's an ongoing struggle. I recently have had another symptom pop up. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, I'm lactating. What else am I going to say? I have never had a pregnancy that I know of, for sure. And I'm producing milk. So, that goes back to my high prolactin. And I've contacted my gynecologist, because I read online that it could be a sign of a benign tumor on my pituitary gland. So she agreed, you know, that that's what it could be. It's actually the most common cause of lactating without being pregnant. So now I'm in the process of getting my prolactin checked again, which I did, but now they want to get it checked once again just to be sure, like triple sure, that I have an issue with high prolactin, and if so, then I have to have an MRI done on my brain to see if I have a pituitary tumor, which is not deadly, but it does cause all kinds of issues, including infertility, lactating, weak legs and arms, which I have, depression, anxiety, just mental problems, and I struggle with that. I've always struggled with that, but I think it's kind of getting worse. I think my ADHD and autism are really spiraling out of control, even though I've been doing everything I can to fix that problem. I've been on the GAPS diet, which is why I look thinner. I've lost weight. I didn't get on the diet to lose weight. I did it just to heal my brain, and I have had a lot of improvements, but I still have a lot of bad days, and all of these health problems aren't helping. It's just not knowing what's going on is the worst thing, and I'm kind of traumatized also from the whole like melanoma thing, and knowing that I have to keep on this for the rest of my life. It's really stressful. Like, usually people who are fair skinned like me will have a melanoma in their life, but it's like when they're like 60 years old, not when they're 27. I kind of asked for it. I tanned in the tanning bed religiously. I laid in the sun religiously. I was obsessed with being tan because that's what you did. You were tan or you were ugly, right? I was so pale that people thought I was albino, and I got bullied, and I was determined to prove them wrong. I'm not albino, and become as tan as possible, and I did. They didn't stop bullying me, but I got skin cancer. So honestly, if you're listening to me and you're one of these people that feels like you need to get a tan to please people, just don't. It's not worth it. I should make a whole separate video on this topic, on the whole bullying thing. It's not worth it. So, yeah, these are my crosses that I'm bearing right now, I guess you could say. Never thought that I would ever run into these things. I always thought, I would be healthy and normal and everything would be good, but everybody thinks that. And that not everybody has that reality, and that's me. So yeah, I would appreciate if you prayed for me to just get all the answers I need and to be calm, because I'm a wimp. I hate getting my blood drawn. I hate getting any kind of medical procedure done. I don't like going to the doctor. I don't trust doctors. Oh, and then also with the surgery, if I were to have surgery, I would need a you-know-what test done. Can't say it on here without getting like some type of like notification or whatever. And I would need to be in the hospital for like 3 days to recover, because it's major surgery. They're going into your brain. So I'm not okay with that. I've heard horror stories about people at hospitals. I just don't want to ever have to do that. So there is an option to use like a drug or something to shrink the tumor, but I don't like drugs either. So, man, it all depends on what I hear, I guess. Like, if it's really bad and, the surgery could potentially improve all of my problems, then yeah, I'd probably consider it. But I'd rather go the natural route. I always do anyway, with everything. So, anyway, I just wanted to update you guys. I hope this isn't too long. I don't know. But, yeah. Please pray for me to be calm tomorrow, and things to go well. Because, like I said, I'm going back to get my skin checked again. I have to get it checked every 6 months now. And tomorrow might be a big day because of the one on my back is now irritating me just like the other one, like I said. So, yeah. Thank you for watching. Thank you for caring about me. If you do, like, you guys, the driving force behind me making these videos is usually just to not feel so alone. It's nice to be able to talk to someone, even if I'm not talking directly to a person and I'm talking to a laptop. I know that somebody eventually is on the other side of this listening to me and being there for me and maybe even relating. And maybe I'm making you feel better, or helping you with your walk with the Lord, which is the most important thing. Um, he is walking me through this, and I don't believe that if you're a Christian that you're exempt from health problems or you're exempt from life problems. That's not the case at all. The case is that Jesus walks with us through life and makes it tolerable because he is there with us. And he gives us hope and faith to get through anything. So anyway, hope this has been a blessing to you, to anyone out there, and I love you guys. Okay, God bless.